How do you fancy preserving a photo of yourself, or maybe even a video, for 1,000 years in a structure that's truly unique? Well, soon you will get that chance. A man from our city came up with the idea for a massive time capsule. Not just any old time capsule, instead it's one that's set to push the boundaries of design and engineering, and a piece of it will come from right here in Leeds, as Mark Kellesh-Levine can tell us.
Take a good look at this lump of stone in this quarry in Leeds. You may assume that it's merely ordinary, cold and uninteresting, but you'd be wrong, for this stone appears destined to make history. That's because by 2023 it could well form part of the base of the first pyramid constructed in thousands of years. It may seem far-fetched, but it's all part of a concept called the Earth Pyramid, which was thought of by Steve Ward and his family. The idea is to build a huge pyramid in Malaysia, which would act not only as a massive time capsule for people and governments of the world, but also serve to educate future generations on environmental issues and give funding to different projects. For Steve, this stone is more than just a raw material. It illustrates a vision of the future.
I've got children, I think many people watching this will probably have children. And if you look at the future of the planet, with the environmental and peace aspects that are going to be coming within our children's lifetimes, it's frightening to think what the future could hold. So the idea of the Earth Pyramid is to try and get a generation of the world's children working together and educated about these issues. Peace and environmental education has been cut in schools and it's virtually non-existent in a lot of the world. So this is creating a platform that will get children looking at the future of our planet, help to educate them, but also provide funds to help them tackle these issues in the future. It's taken a while to get people to understand. Obviously you start talking to people and talk about building a pyramid, they really don't get the concept. But once they do and they start buying into it and understand the educational aspects of this project, people really do start to understand it. And I think for the city it's going to be great knowing that the charity side of it is going to be based in Leeds, and most of the organisation is going to be done from here as well.
So just how big is this pyramid going to be? Well, it's 70 metres across the base with a height of about 50, but even this is tiny in comparison to some of the pyramids we already know about. It would fit 27 times into Khafu's pyramid in Giza, but it's worth remembering it is a time capsule and it will be sealed for 1,000 years. It's not easy creating something built to last these days, but designer Mark Steele says he's up to the task, and he'll have to be, to help build something that has to pass the test of time.
What's unique about it is the time itself. 1,000 years is way beyond the time that we would design any form of structure for these days, virtually. Bridges we normally design for about 120 years, buildings typically for 50 years as normal offices, etc. So this goes way beyond that. It's 8 to 10 times any typical structure that we've designed in the last century and a half. Yeah, there's a degree of craziness about it, but you only get one life and you've got to give yourself challenges and step up to them. So this is a big challenge and we're going to try and hit it head on and solve it.
Inside the pyramid will be various chambers, a children's section where all children of the world can add their names. There's also room for governments and organisations to place a capsule, preserving their cultures and way of life. Excitingly, there's also a digital chamber where millions and potentially billions of us can store digital memories for our ancestors to learn all about us and how we lived our lives. This was the brainchild of gold medal Paralympian David Stone, aptly named for such a project. A Kickstarter funding campaign will launch in September. From then on, it'll be your chance to have your life preserved for 1,000 years in a truly unique way. And to think, it could all start with this bit of stone in a quarry in our city. From the air, I'm Mark Kellesh-Levine.
Amazing. What would you put in it? Let us know. We're at Made In Leeds on Twitter. And to find out more, you can head online to earthpyramid.org. It's on the screen now, earthpyramid.org for more information on that. Amazing.